Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Crypto Hipster Podcast. This is your host, Jamil Hassan, the Crypto Hipster, where I interview founders, entrepreneurs, executives, thought leaders, amazing people all around the world. And today I have another amazing person. He is the co founder of Soulbound. His name is Casey Grooms. Casey, welcome to the show today.
Hi, everyone. Pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me. It's an honor to be on this podcast.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining me. It's an honor to have you here, and I'm going to kick things off. The very first question I ask everybody is this: what is your background, and is it a logical background for what you're doing now?
Awesome question. Actually, it is, and I'll kind of give you a quick rundown on and how to connect all the dots. Um, I started in the mobile advertising space about 15 years ago, building mobile ad tech solutions to buy and sell media impressions within apps, games, and mobile websites, all in real time. Bootstrapped the company to around 1 million in revenue, and then we immediately raised around 20 million in a Series A and Series B rounds consecutively to kind of scale up the company. And we had clients such as Uber, and they were all basically just buying media impressions on a paid media budget to find and scale up their user base. So it was all about app installs and how to acquire new users and retain new users through kind of either gamifying their app or platform, and we kind of help facilitate a lot of this for them. So, kind of once I exited that company, I dabbled in the crypto space, building music tech tools for artists in 2017 and 2018, and when the first kind of like big implosion in crypto happened, 2018, kind of dropped that and dabbled in some additional, ad tech things and the mobile gaming space. From that, kind of like spawned Soulbound with a friend, and we, kind of took it from there, and it's now since evolved into, a large creator economy for gamers and content creators to play games and make money and, try to have fun with that. And what, the big purpose, kind of like just to like loop all of this into, one is full circle is we help games acquire users. So that, kind of going back to the user acquisition and retention at scale model, we're taking what we've learned in like the Web 2 ad tech experience and molding it into a Web 3 gaming experience to help games acquire users through fun, interesting ways.
So I'm interested to find out what some of those fun ways are. Usually, you hear things the other way around. The users drive users to you know the, the other way around. Right? What makes you guys great? What are some of those fun ways?
Yeah, so the current Soulbound as is right now, we've created a social gaming platform. And what users are able to do is we integrate with all these different Web3 games that we work with. And we track user events in the game. So did you do a specific action or a fun event in the game? We can track that and we post it to your profile. So you start to build your gamer identity and profile around what you're doing as a gamer. But that's only really the beginning of where we start and what we do. The next level is as you're playing these games, and you're doing like interesting kill shots, or you do like a fun sword kill, or you met up your friends in the metaverse and hung out with Paris Hilton or smoked a joint with Snoop Dogg in the sandbox. We're tracking all of this in real time, and we also allow you to share those gameplay moments with your friends or what you're doing and post it to the site as UGC, right? Like user generated content. Once you're posting and engaging on the platform about what you're doing in these games, you're earning point, kind of like our drip point system. And then with this, you start to unlock kind of like fun goodies and kind of like a battle pass system that we're putting together with all the games that we work with that unlocks, in-game assets, weapons, items, potions or skins, things like that per month. So that's kind of where we are starting right now, and we can start to maybe talk about like the next level of what we're building, and what we're going to be launching is in, a full scale live streaming platform. So Soulbound will kind of become the Twitch for Web3, and we'll have, our own live streaming system. As a streamer and a content creator, you're able to kind of like stream these games, earn tokens earned from the game paying you to play the game, and stream it to bring on your friends or your audience and community. And we do like immediate payouts, and we have like a sticker and emote NFT marketplace that any artist or user can create stickers, upload emotes and wallpaper, and you can buy and use them across the platform, where you kind of vandalize users' posts and live streams with um, various like funny NFTs or whatever, but they can be stickers, they could be yourself in a GIF format, they could be your friends, they could be like your own animated version of yourself, or your fun animated GIFs or anything, right? So kind of just been setting all of this up, and it's all currently live now, and it's been going really, really well, and users have been, really having fun with it.
You know, that's really cool. When I like that concept, Twitch and Web3, and I do want to get into that. Um, when I think of creator economy, because I'm in there too, I'm an author and podcaster, right? I think of some of the challenges I'm facing, and you are more specifically working in the gaming sector of the creator economy. So, what are the general challenges faced by creators, and then what are the specific challenges faced by gaming creators?
Sure. So diving into the specific challenges faced by gaming creators, which might overlap with some of the challenges faced by general creators. We're definitely have been laser focused right now on gaming creators. And then once we kind of solve a lot of these pain points, we'll start to expand to maybe more general creator solutions for maybe some of their other problems that they might not have as a creator, but not a gamer per se. Um, but diving into like kind of like the gamer creator problems currently, as they're streaming on different platforms like Twitch or Kick or YouTube, there has amassed a disconnect between how many followers they have and how many viewers they will attract on any given stream that they do. So you might have a streamer who has 100,000 followers or just 1,000 followers, but when you start that stream and you're streaming for 8 to 10 hours a day, you may only end up with maybe 10 to 20 to, maybe maximum 10% of your follower base as a viewership within that time period of your streaming. So there's a big disconnect between you as a new streamer, or even in an older streamer, or streamer who's been streaming for a while, um, how to get viewers to view your content and kind of regularly engage with you. Secondly, you're going to need to figure out how to monetize yourself. So you're going to need to get your own uh, sponsorships, your own advertising and brand dollars to, sponsor your stream, work with various games in different ways. And this, you need a contract with a lot of them. And so you might need to be picked up by some kind of creator agency that might rep you, but you need to put in so many hours a day to get bigger. You need to increase your viewership base. And so it becomes kind of like a daunting problem. And what we're solving right now, most immediately for them, is bringing viewers to your stream. And so we'll do like Twitch raid quests. We'll do various ways where we help incentivize users to go and watch your stream and interact with your stream. These users are obviously earning, drip points, which will turn into an unlock at some point when we have a token launch. But they are starting to kind of build your viewership and base, and you have a lot more interaction. And so what we're also doing is helping you get paid to play games and stream them. So we have a no contract policy in our in Soulbound as a streamer anyways. Um, we work with right now about 100 Web3 games. We just finished a campaign, for example, with Shrapnel Parallel and Nifty Island. what happens in these campaigns is these games put up a bounty or an allotment of, a pool of funds that we will then distribute to any user who streams the game, uh, and kind of meets the threshold for streaming as a streamer, right? So some of these, so yes, we'll pay you a fixed amount for streaming the game. These requirements do come from the game that we work with. And we're now setting up features where we're using different data points about your stream to pay variable rates. So we'll pay a fixed amount, and if you have a strong viewership, which will help you, which we help try to get for you. So we'll do these, raid quests at any given time of the day. So maybe we can help pump your stream with like 1 to 200 new viewers immediately. And based on your metrics for that stream, as you're streaming Shrapnel, for instance, or Nifty Island, you'll get a higher payout from the game for having these like better views. And so we are, looking at automating and kind of figuring out various ways to obviously boost your viewership as well as your earning income. The kind of like the last fun thing that we are doing though, and it's kind of an interesting aspect that we're just about to release, and it's in the prediction market space. And so we're now taking any live stream that you're doing and creating a prediction market around various aspects of you playing this game. So for example, if I'm a streamer, anyone can start to put up kind of put a wager on me if I'm going to win this match, yes or no. Am I going to take a drink of this, Red Bull versus Monster in the next 5 minutes? Am I gonna, go on a killing spree, and and I'm already like, 6 kills in, what's the likelihood of me having a killing spree? And people can start to kind of wager on this in a fun way. And we're going to be giving away a lot of credits for users to kind of have fun with these wagers. And then as you build this pool of funds, as you're kind of just wagering back and forth on things, that will turn in additional airlock unlock as well during an airdrop that we do during the token launch. So, we're looking at various ways to kind of create more income from the creator, but also have fun ways with the users. And the user themselves can also obviously have a nice payout at the end of the day as well, by taking a part in these like kind of a prediction market for live streamers. And this works across any game, any platform that they're streaming on, and really anything, any kind of like system that they're working with in terms of you know game platform and streamer. So um that's something that we're going to be launching in about a month from now. So that's slated for like an end of August, early September, 2024, time frame to get all of this live. And there'll be a Telegram app with this where the we're going to be kind of pumping the Telegram app full of users across, various regions through Telegram to watch and take part in this kind of like prediction market betting mechanism across live streams. And we'll feature different live streamers and games at any given time, and just kind of like let users kind of have fun with this.
Very cool. I guess gaming is a lot more visual than say podcasting. you know, um,
Right.
but there's always a challenge, right? Viewers and followers and getting people to be engaged, right? Um, how do you know what's real? A real follower, a real listener, a real viewer versus numbers that are, like you said, on Telegram pumped up, that might just be full of bots. How can you tell if you're a content creator or somebody is actually viewing and following you?
Um, so one way that we discern between at least bots versus users, whether that's Twitter, Telegram, or even our own platform, is the level of engagement and activity that they're doing, at least within the platform itself. So because we're tracking user events as they play these games, a lot of the games that we do work with are not that bot friendly, for instance. So like you are basically playing third person and first person shooters. Um, what and they are mostly you playing these games, right? And as you're playing these games, you're also live streaming the game. So we're really obviously can tell if whether what's a bot or what's not. There's definitely a lot of farming in Web3 and obviously within gaming as well. A lot of games are set up to be farmed, and so they almost really enjoy the bots because that pumps their user numbers up. But we've been kind of orchestrating play to airdrop campaigns with a lot of our partners and game partners that we work with to airdrop, real gamers, a larger amount of, an airdrop unlock because they're not just this automated bot system and they are streaming the game, they're making content for you as the game, and they're doing like really interesting achievements within the game that are very deep deeply gamified within the game, right? Like, not a bot is going to be able to do, go on these like um killing sprees and or double backflip and a headshot, achievements and trophies and things like that. And um so it is going to take a lot of human skill, and these are like really skill based achievements that we're tracking and they're rewarding you for. So we have around 20,000 users in the platform. Most of those are real, and we're you know watching them play games. We're interacting with them. They come to our community nights, and they're live streaming and kind of like interacting in our live streams as well. So, um, we are helping kind of games like almost like debot their game itself or reward at least the true gamers, by these skill-based activities.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Um, you said a number there. You said 20,000. Now, when I think of the
Yeah.
number, when I think of the number of Web2 gamers, I think there's a lot more. Right? How do you how do you convert them? How do you get them from playing Web2 games where they don't earn anything and they just pay expenses to being Web3 gamers? How do you attract them into the Web3 gaming?
We are, that's a good question. We are doing a kind of like a multifaceted approach around, attracting more Web3 gamers into the space, or as Web3 gamers are playing different games that we work with, we're able to onboard them into Soulbound because, as we work with, very popular AAA and AA type games within Web3, um, we're helping with them kind of collaborate marketing partnerships with some of these games, and then we can onboard a lot of those gamers into Soulbound to stream the game and create user generated content around the game itself. Um, so we're slowly kind of like becoming a strong force of nature within the Web3 gaming space, to share content, live stream, you playing certain games. And it's only a matter of time, I think, until we kind of like start to cover the gamut of Web3 gamers out there. There is estimated about 1 million Web3 gamers, but I think in reality, there's probably only 100,000, and that 900,000 is total bots that you might hear from, in various other games. And so, from our view and just what we've been, working with on different games, and because we're actively involved in a lot of our these like big Web3 games that have a lot of hype. The gamers that actually show up and play the game, it's actually few and far between. So there is definitely a large bodying system within the Web3 gaming space if the game is set up in that way. As for like Web2 gamers, bringing them into Web3, we've been attending TwitchCon and a lot of Web2 game conferences, and to start to kind of like slowly seed the, you know, the Soulbound mentality of like, hey, come Soulbound, stream and play, essentially stream and earn. We'll pay you to start streaming these games, no contracts necessary, things like that. And that's been working really well to just slowly onboard these micro streamers and content creators within the gaming space. And our strategy really is onboard these people, and they will start to slowly onboard their community and their audience and fans into Soulbound, and then ultimately into Web3 as a sector.
I think that's smart going to Web 2 conferences to attract people into Web 3. I've only gone to crypto conferences. I probably should go to traditional finance conferences.
Yeah,
It,
yeah. I mean, you're definitely in DeFi. There's a lot of Web2 gaming conferences out there. Gamescom, for instance. We just were at TwitchCon in the Netherlands about a month ago, and we'll actually have a booth at TwitchCon in San Diego in September, as well. And so we'll have a big activation, a big booth to kind of talk about Soulbound as a new streaming platform to help grow your Twitch viewers as well. So we as Soulbound have integrated with, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube and X, and can aggregate all those streams into one platform. So it's not just, we're not trying to compete with them, but we're also just trying to help Twitch streamers increase their viewership and kind of earn more money a little bit easier. So yeah, there's quite a few gaming conferences, at least, if you're in the gaming space, to hit up on the Web2 side.
Very cool. So I want to talk about this concept of streaming and in particular stream fi. Like I've heard of GameFi, DeFi, TradFi, all this fi. This is the
Right.
first that I'm hearing about StreamFi. So what makes it? What makes StreamFi unique? What makes it new? What makes it stand apart from the other subsectors in crypto?
Yeah, we kind of started to stumble upon this earlier this year, being in the social gaming space. And at first we were all about sharing gaming content. So take a clip of your Twitch stream and splice it up and share it across, Soulbound for content and engagement. And obviously you can earn drip points and things like that. Then we started to get a lot of traction uh, with games coming to us, wanting us to activate these users who are streaming the game and taking the clips and splicing them up and posting them as content to, hey, we'll pay you to have these, have all your users stream the game. And uh, this is what it looks like. And, I was like, okay, so we started to, we then did a Twitch integration with their API, embedded Twitch into in this platform now, and all we told our users start streaming these games and we'll pay you to stream. And there's two mechanisms in this StreamFi, uh, I guess, term I'm kind of coining is the fact that you'll get paid fiat or USDC or the game token for streaming the game based on the uh, requirements put forth by the game, right? So these are called bounties in Soulbound. So you collect you're a bounty hunter, you do a bounty, which means stream the game for an hour, maybe battle this boss, and share it and stream it live. Then you just did the bounty, you get paid 20, 30, $40 or whatever that bounty is. The second mechanism in this StreamFi you know, mechanic is you're earning Soul Bucks, which is Soulbound's utility and ecosystem token per minute by just live streaming. So there's essentially, once we add this new feature into the platform, once you turn on your live stream mechanism, you'll just be seeing that counter go up for different amounts of soul bucks that you're earning. So it's kind of like a stream and earn basically situation and mechanic.
So stream and earn seems like the next evolution of GameFi.
Yes. And a way to acquire users and retain a strong user base across all these games.
Got it. That's smart. I like it. Um, so one of the
Thank you.
con you're welcome. One of the concepts that I used to hear about somewhat, and I haven't really pursued it that much, but I've had a couple of interviews on it, was this concept of churn, right? Um, what is churn? What can you do about it collectively to try to minimize it or retain? How what can we do about this? Is the churn still a problem, and how do you solve it?
So there is a big problem with churn, at least in Web3 gaming, 'cause, everyone is looking for the next unlock and airdrop, and who's going to launch a token. How much time should I play and put into a game before the unlock comes out, or what's their point system look like, where I'm going to earn this much tokens for this much hours and energy I put into playing. What we're trying to solve effectively is reducing churn in these games by kind of like creating more engagement around you as a streamer in across collectively the whole Web3 gaming ecosystem as a whole. Um, if the game itself is not that fun to play and really is just set up to be kind of like botted, and the mechanics are really just not a fun engaging game, you're gonna definitely gonna have a lot of churn regardless if you have the best token in the world, because people just want to kind of be engaged in these like fun to play games, just generally speaking. So the first way to solve kind of this is in the gaming space is obviously just build fun games. And that's definitely much harder um and easier said than done. And so if you can obviously solve that and kind of create various feedback loops and mechanics to kind of keep the users coming back, whether that's partnering with Soulbound to have like a streaming initiative and UGC initiative, kind of build your gamer profile around your game. That's one way. That's one large campaign and activation you could do as a game to, reduce the churn. Second, obviously, is build different fun mechanics within your game and what that feedback loop looks like, generally speaking. And three, I guess, it's really just about what your community looks like, and how as a game, like how involved is the team in building that community and interacting on a daily basis. Whether that's different NFT drops, or providing like a battle pass and live service system to kind of keep users coming back for more content. That's going to be kind of like the next evolution of gaming, is just live service and UGC, right? So uh, can I, as a user, import and create my own skins in your game and sell them, or interact with them, or wear them, and I can wear my own skin that I made um as a suit, or a skin my different weapon, or whatever the case. So there's those I think those big three things, you can help reduce a lot of churn in the game if you focus on a lot of this, whereas not just your token price and what's next, like whether we're in a bear market or bull market, that's not going to ultimately matter. If you just focus on reducing churn by partnering with various companies to help activate your user base in different ways, create these fun mechanics in the game, and of course the UGC element is going to be the next big thing within gaming as a whole, as a sector, and implement some systems there.
God, I know it's interesting you say focus on the fun. I had
Yeah.
I think it was a year ago where I talked to Shrapnel. And they said what they're
Right.
doing is they're focusing on the fun.
Yeah,
And
they've actually just implemented a large UGC element in their system as well, and you can kind of like anyone can start to create their own skins and weapons and items in the game, and that's kind of like the next big strategy for Shrapnel is user generated content.
got it. Those are and a lot of the games that are doing successful have been the ones that are focusing on fun.
Yes, and they are fun to play. So and everyone loves first person shooters.
Yeah, thought so. So cool. So I want to thank you very much for your time today. I really enjoyed speaking with you. It sounds really exciting what you're up to. And I have one last question.
Yes.
You answered part of it already, but I'm excited about what you guys are up to relatively soon in August, September. But how can people find out more information about you, about Soulbound? How can they start to get engaged and participate? How can they do any of that?
Yes. So visit soulbound.gg, soulbound.gg. The current beta version of the platform is live, and we'll be releasing that's some alpha information that no one really knows yet, but we'll be releasing the new live streaming platform with the new reskinned and user UX and UI, um, roughly end of August or early September. Um, so that'll be completely refreshed and revamped in about a month from now. Uh, our Twitter is soulbound_GG. And we've been very active there, so there'll be real-time information on all the games that we're partnering with, all the UGC quests that we're doing, what kind of like how to get involved in this new StreamFi world that we're building. And myself, my name is Casey Grooms. Look me up on LinkedIn, add me, or I go by Starfucker, and you can find me on Twitter, StarFVXKR. Um, and I'm relatively active there, but my Telegram is also the same as my Twitter, Starfucker. So give me a shout out.
Awesome. I like the name. Thank you very much for your time today.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.